Math sayang buhay mga ka-ML, and welcome to Basic Calculus for grade 11. I am Sir Chua, your Kamat Lodi. Malapit na ang summer at masarap mag-swimming. Napaisip ka na ba na alamin ang area ng swimming pool kapag ganito ang buhis? In the previous lesson, you learned to illustrate the fundamental theorem of calculus. This time, you are going to learn to compute the definite integral of a function using fundamental theorem of calculus and substitution rule. Fundamental theorem of calculus states that if a continuous function f of x is defined over the interval of a and b with antiderivative f, then the integral of f of x dx from a to b is equal to the antiderivative value on the upper bound minus the antiderivative value of the lower bound. Where f of x is called the integrand, while a and b are the lower and upper bounds of integration. Let us evaluate the integral of x squared dx from 1 to 2. In getting the integral of x squared dx, we have to use the power rule. So, we have x raised to 2 plus 1 all over 2 plus 1 plus c from 1 to 2. Then, by simplifying, we have x cubed over 3 plus c from 1 to 2. To evaluate, simply substitute the value of the upper limit to x minus the substitution value of the lower limit to x. So, we have the quantity of 2 cubed over 3 plus c minus the quantity of 1 cubed over 3 plus c. By simplifying, we will have 7 over 3. So our final answer is the integral of x squared dx from 1 to 2 is equal to 7 over 3. Let us evaluate the integral of square root of x dx from 0 to 1. Kapag rinaf natin ang ating function na square root of x, ganito ang kanyang magiging itsura ka-ML. So, meron tayong boundary from 0 to 1. In getting the integral of square root of x dx, let us transform it first to exponential form, which is x raised to 1/2, para magamitan natin siya ng power rule. Kapag ginamitan natin siya ng power rule, we will come up with x raised to 1/2 plus 1 all over 1/2 plus 1 plus c from 0 to 1. And by simplifying, we have 2/3 x raised to 3/2 plus c from 0 to 1. And then, the next step is we are going to substitute the value of our upper boundary and the lower boundary. So, we will have the quantity of 2/3 times 1 raised to 3/2 minus the quantity of 2/3 times 0 raised to 3/2. And by solving it simultaneously, we will come up with 2/3. So definitely, ang ating magiging integral of square root of x dx from 0 to 1 is equal to 2/3 units. Skill practice 1. So mag-classic mode muna tayo mga ka-ML. Evaluate the integral of quantity x plus 2 dx from 0 to 3. Kung 21/2 mga ka-ML ang inyong sagot, kayo ay legendary! And this is our solution. Sa pagkuha ng integral or antiderivative ng isang function, may iba't ibang techniques din tayong dapat matutunan. Isa dito mga ka-ML ay ang substitution rule. Kalimitan ginagamit ito kapag may dalawang term. Kailangan natin mag-assign ng u at ang u ay kadalasang function na nasa loob ng parenthesis or radical. Kapag gumamit tayo ng substitution rule, it requires a change to the limit of integration. If we change variables in the integral, the limit of integration change as well. Para mas maliwanagan kayo mga ka-ML, I will show you an example. For our first example, we have evaluate the integral of x squared times the quantity of 1 plus 2x cubed raised to the 5th power dx. Let u is equal to 1 plus 2x cubed. So we have to get the derivative of our u, which is 6x squared dx. Then by dividing both sides by 6, we have 1/6 du is equal to x squared dx. For the next step, we have to adjust the limits of our integration by substituting the value of our upper and lower boundary. If x is equal to 0, u will be equal to 1 plus 2 times 0 is equal to 1. When x is equal to 1, u is equal to 1 plus 2 times 1, which is equal to 3. Then, we have the integral of x squared times the quantity of 1 plus 2x cubed raised to the 5th power dx from 0 to 1 is equal now to 1/6 integral of u raised to the 5th power du from 1 to 3. By integration, we have 1/6 times u raised to 6 over 6 from 1 to 3. Then substitute for the upper and the lower boundary for us to come up with 728 over 36. By getting the lowest term, our final answer is 182 over 9. Another example is evaluate the integral of 3x squared times the square root of x cubed plus 1 dx from 0 to 2. So, ang una natin gagawin, we assign the u. So, since ang ating nasa loob na radical ay x cubed plus 1, so yan ang pwede nating maging u. So, let u is equal to x cubed plus 1. Then, after that, let us get the derivative of this. So, our du now will be 3x squared dx. So, mapapansin natin, itong 3x squared dx natin ay makikita rin sa ating original na function. And yung ating x cubed plus 1, nandun siya sa ating original function din. So, we can say that sa paggamit natin ng ating substitution rule, we can come up with the integral of square root of u du. Na itong part na to ay madali na natin makuha ang kanyang integration. But before that, let us get also or adjust the limit of integration. So, when x is equal to 0, yung ating lower boundary, isa-substitute lang natin siya dito sa u natin. So, it will become 0 cubed, which is 0 plus 1, so equal to 1. Then, yung upper boundary naman natin na equal to 2, so substitute din natin siya, 2 cubed, which is equal to 8, plus 1 is equal to 9. Then, so ang ating kukuning integral ay square root of u du from 1 to 9. By integrating this, we have, okay, 2/3 u raised to 3 half from 1 to 9. Then after getting the integral of this, so let us now substitute the upper boundary and lower boundary. So we have the quantity of 2/3 times 9 raised to 3 half minus 2/3 times 1 raised to 3 halves. So after solving simultaneously, we will come up with 18 minus 2/3. And by Subtracting by getting the difference of this, we have now the integral of 3x squared times the square root of x cubed plus 1 dx from 0 to 2 is equal now to 52 over 3. Skill practice 2. Classic mode ulit tayo mga ka-ML. Parsa was asked to find the integral of the quantity of 2x plus 1 times the quantity of x squared plus x raised to 3 dx from 1 to 2. So let u is equal to x squared plus x. So du is equal to 2x plus 1 dx. By integration, Parsa come up with u raised to the 4th power over 4 from 1 to 2. Then, she substituted the value of the upper and the lower boundary for her to come up with 15 over 4. Is Parsa's work correct? If not, what is her mistake? Yes, Parsa's work is incorrect. Why? Because she did not get the limit of integration. To get the limit of integration, this is our solution. For our assessment, please use your notebook for your solution and answer. Let us now begin. Number 1. What is the antiderivative of 3x squared dx? A. 3x, B. 3x squared over 2, C. 3x cubed over 3, or D. X cubed. Number 2. What is the value of the integral of x dx from 0 to 1? A. 0, B. 1/2, C. 1, D. 2. Number 3. What is the first step in the process of integration by substitution? A. Assigning the u, B. Adjusting the limit of integration, C. Integrating the function, or D. Substituting the value of A and B. Number 4. From the given function, the integral of x square root of x squared minus 1 dx from 0 to 1, what will be the u? A. X, B. Square root of x squared minus 1, C. X squared minus 1, or D. X squared. Number 5. Which of the following is the adjusted limits of integration of x square root of x squared minus 1 dx from 0 to 1? A. Integral of u raised to 1/2 from 0 to 1. B. Integral of u raised to 1/2 from 1 to 3. C. Integral of u raised to 1/2 from -1 to 1, or D. Integral of u raised to 1/2 from -1 to 0. You have 20 seconds to answer this. Time starts now. Time's up. Let us now reveal our answer. For number 1, the answer is letter D. You are correct. Number 2, what is your answer? Okay, you are correct. It is letter B, 1/2. Number 3, you are correct. Letter A. assigning the U. Number 4. Yes, the answer is letter C. And last but not the least, number 5. Yes, you are correct. So the answer is letter D. Congratulations! That's it mga ka-ML. This is Sir Chua, your kamat, Lodi. Laging tatandaan, maging math diskarte at sakalam lang may alam.